QVC together have busy this week, so check that out. All right, we're going to continue on with my host pick, and times they are changing. When I started here at HSN, I had cable, you had cable, everybody had cable. And then people said, why should I pay for cable when I'm getting streaming? And then some people stopped getting cable, but then they said, well, wait a minute, what about ABC, CBS, NBC, PBS? We just had Samantha Brown on. Her show, award-winning show, Places to Love, is on PBS. Want to watch that? And so many other things like HSN. But I don't want to spend $100 a month. How about zero? All you need is a great antenna. This next item, I think, is just a perfect item for the perfect time. It is the Core Innovations antenna with an 80-mile range. An 80-mile range. I have two colors. I have black, which there's only 698 left of. It has this LED multicolor display on the back, which is super cool. Looks amazing. And by the way, if you want to turn it off when you're doing like a really big movie and don't want to be distracted, you could do that as well. But this has this feature. So this is an antenna. I thought it was a sound bar. I mean, black. It's also available in white. I have about 2,000 in white and about 600 in black. And that's all we have. Stephanie McKee is my special guest. Come on out here. You look very pretty. Thank you for dressing up for my host face. I remember having antennas that had, you're too young to remember this, they had what was called rabbit ears. And I'm the youngest of three, so I was the rabbit ear. They'd be like, Helen, hold it and stick your hand out the window. Okay, stay there. We had to stay there. And and it's like, just like our phones used to be like rotary phones with everything. Yeah. Antennas are not what they used to be.
It's amazing how far the technology has come. This really does look like a very sleek, chic sound bar. It's gonna upgrade the home decor in your entertainment system, but this comes to us from Core Innovations. We are a company that specializes in high quality electronics at great values. We are based out of Los Angeles and we've been around for over 15 years. Our products, including our free TV antennas like this, are in over 6,000 retailers. We're so happy to have our most upgraded antenna here on HSN right now. This has an 80-mile range, which is a lot more than a lot of other antennas you might find at this price point. Usually it's about $1 per mile. So to see a less than $30 antenna that reaches over 80 miles is amazing. What is that reach going to do for you? It's going to get you all of the network TV stations in your area. They're out there for free. In fact, it's federally mandated that those broadcast centers have a free signal. You just need an antenna to pick it up. So if you're like me and you're looking for ways to tighten the budget right now, this is a great way to save on your TV. I'll show you real quick how to set it up because this could not be easier. It is super, super simple. When you get it home, it has everything in the box that you need to set it up. It has two cords. One will have that round coaxial cable at the end. That's the one that you plug into your TV. The other you plug into your wall. So it powers on and it connects to the TV. Once you've got it plugged in, just go to your TV and search channels and you will see all the new channels that you get. So there are actually lights on the front that show you how strong the signal is. If you want to move your antenna around and put it in a spot where it goes from 1, good, to 2 or 3, better, best, you can do that. I actually read a review that said I put this in my basement and it got a 3 light on the signal indicator. So it does have a very strong signal. So if you have one of those old antennas and you need to upgrade, maybe you're not getting as many free channels as you could be, maybe the signal is not clear, it's staticky, it's inconsistent, you are going to get a much stronger signal with this antenna.
Yeah, and it's $6 and free shipping and handling. That's what the flex pay is. Your total is $29.99. Our HSN deal price was $50, which is still half of retail. But for my host faves, I really wanted everybody to keep watching HSN, keep watching QVC, enjoy your shopping channels, enjoy all your network programming, and the local channels. We here in Florida need those local channels, like especially during hurricane season.
That's
We're
right.
like glued to Dennis Phillips, who's like a local local legend weather guy who's like, if without him, I don't know how we would all survive.
And that's really when something like this becomes less of a want and more of a need, because those local stations are where you get the emergency messages. So So if your Wi-Fi goes out, if your cable goes out, and you have an antenna that's picking up all of those free network channels, you can still hear emergency messages, inclement weather, that kind of thing. So let's talk real quick about the light, because
oh my gosh,
this is like the best upgrade. So aside from this being an extremely powerful antenna that's going to help you save money by giving you tons of free TV, you have one button on the side. When you first plug it in, you just long press that button, and then you press to navigate through the different colors, you know, put it on your favorite sports team's color, and double press for a light show. So this can actually move to the sound of the TV.
I mean, at holiday, it's going to add to your decoration.
Oh, the holiday effect for sure. Let me double press and go back to the single lights, because there's, you know, a green in here that would be great for a few different holidays. This is such a cool effect. You're going to impress the grandkids when they come over. Maybe you'll have a little dance party with the moving lights. But I just can't emphasize enough how easy this is to use. This one button is the only button on this entire system. It weighs less than a pound. You can plug this in, you can operate this, and you can get more free TV than you've had in the past. If you want to ditch those streaming services, maybe you want to get your cable bill gone too, streaming and cable companies will often take those free airwaves and all those free channels and put them into their service and charge you for it. Why do that?
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, when I dial down to what do I actually watch, maybe 2 streaming services and all the free channels, there's no reason to pay $250 a month, or when you add it all up. Think about it. Get this home. Anything you buy at HSN, by the way, you have 30 days. You can return anything. The shipping is free, and you only plunk down $6. $6, and you never have to pay for your local channels or, you know, HSN and the shopping channels, and also PBS, your local public channels, because there's so much great programming for kids. And you know, my mother's favorite show is on PBS. It's the one about your ancestry, where they go to that, like a celebrity comes on and they look and see what your ancestry is. That is 100% free. You don't have to have streaming services. It's a one-time $29.99. And I remember when we first started selling antennas here, because, you know, kind of the tides were changing and shifting against cable and things like that. $200. I remember $200. Stephanie was here a long time, electronic guest here at HSN. Hundreds of dollars. Now, $29.99, $6 and free shipping and handling. There's no reason for you to have a monthly bill. Take that money that you would save and, you know, go out to dinner once a month or once a week. You know, enjoy yourself. Have that be, you know, if you're like me and older and going to be retired with a fixed income, you've only got so much money to play with. Why throw money out the window when you don't have that? You know, it's my birthday on Thursday. I'm going to be 63, so I'm getting into the fixed income kind of time of my life, Stephanie. So I'm going to start. So I was thinking about calling my stand-up comedy tour the fixed income tour. I don't know what you think about it.
I like that.
Do
I
you
like
like
that
it? Okay. I'm kind of spitballing it here to see how it goes.
I think a lot of people will relate.
They will
because
relate.
we all are thinking about how we can make our budget a little bit more manageable.
And free is always more manageable than a monthly fee. And an antenna is free. You guys that are watching right now, a lot of you are boomers in that age group like I am and grew up with free television. If we went back in time and said something like cable's going to come and that's going to be hundreds of dollars, and you're going to get upset with it, and then you're going to do something streaming instead, where you thought it was going to be cheaper but turned out to be just as expensive and the exact same thing, you would be like, oh, everything old is new again. Let's go back to an antenna.
Yeah, and those fees from the streaming services are always going up. They're not getting any less expensive every year after year after year. This is such a great way to not only help out your budget by getting all that free TV, your favorite shows, the educational shows, the cooking, the crime and courtroom dramas. I love that it will get you all of those talk shows, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. You can watch all your favorite talk show hosts, but this is going to really elevate the look of your home. This, I know it looks like a sound bar. This is a bar antenna. It has a faux leather top, a nice fabric front, and this is the first antenna that we've put this beautiful LED light on the back, so you are getting a night light, a little extra ambient lighting in your home.
And by the way, you can get one of these for the bedroom, for the guest room. You know what? Maybe you pay for a cable box or something in one of the rooms, and you just don't want to pay for it in every room. By the way, I got to do an update on the black. Rocky, how many do we have left in the black? Because I know the black. Under 300? Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this job today. I knew we had about 700 to start, but there's under 300 left now in the black.
Maybe
right.
we could handle that white one out.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So here's the deal. Do you want me to pass the white?
Yeah,
the
why
white
not?
is also available. The black obviously is going to sell out in a couple minutes. If you want to get in on it, go to hsn.com, put it in your cart, and check out. Make sure you go through the checkout process. And they work exactly the same way, except one is white and one is black. I redid my bedroom and it's all in white, and I definitely would buy the white one. Yeah, because again, I love TV. I love being on TV. I love watching TV. If I'm not on TV, I'm watching TV, Stephanie.
That's right.
But it's the idea of charging for something. You know, when you really look at life, the good things in life are free. You ever heard that expression? They really are. So once you buy your TV, a TV's not free. You buy your TV, that should be the end of it. You plug in your antenna, enjoy yourself. You're right. All the crime shows, all the things that we love. Look, I'm obsessed with the crime shows. The cooking shows, all of that is free.
And this actually supports 4K viewing. So if you have a 4K TV, great, you'll get a beautiful picture with this. It also supports Ultra HD. This will plug into a smart TV or an analog TV. It comes with that coaxial cable. So not all antennas, free TV antennas, are created equally.
200 left in the black.
Okay, so this, I'll
Last
show
call.
you, that one, you can see the beautiful lights.
We do
on
have
the
black. If you want the black, we have 200. So 200, 4,700. Apparently, Mr. Adam Freeman this morning blew this out the door at 1 a.m. and just so I have so few left for my show, but I'm excited. If you want to get the black, you could order right now and get the black, but there's only 200, less than 200. We're in the hundreds now with the black.
It's such a smart decision. You buy this once and you never have to pay again. You don't have a subscription. There's no fees, nothing hidden, and you don't even have to pay anyone to set this up. You're not getting the tools out. You're not getting onto your roof. If you remember the, antennas that are on a lot of the roofs of my neighbors in my neighborhood, I get so scared thinking about people going up there and setting that kind of thing up, because I have an uncle who had an accident falling off his roof. He was cleaning his gutters. He's okay now, but why take the risk? Why not get something very easy to set up? You just put it in your home. There's almost no setup to this.
I'm glad you brought up the idea. By the way, I'm glad your uncle's okay.
Yes.
Of the eyesore, because we used to have these giant dishes, and then you would move into a new house, and they're like, take that with you. Yeah. Take that awful eye. Take that with you. I'm not going to use that. Take that with you. Those black is now sold out. Thank you for your calls and orders. They work exactly the same. And by the way, the light show in the white looks super cool as well.
I'm going to see if I can manage to.
Set that up, girl. You have 3 more minutes left before we sell out all of it. But if you would like to get this, there's no eyesore, not only on the outside of your home, but on the inside of your home. I remember a lot of aluminum foil and bunny ears and trying to navigate and negotiate with the antenna. This is the antenna. Look how
that's the antenna.
That's the antenna. It looks so elegant, so sleek. People, and that light show that it does, you can turn it off if you would like. You can do one color if you'd like, and then that multicolor is so beautiful.
And it's kind of a safety thing too, because it's a little night light in your home. I am constantly tripping early in the morning, late at night over things in my dark living room. So add a little extra lighting. I have actually presented lights, just LED lights for home decor here on HSN that cost over $100. So really nice to be getting the added LED light feature here. And remember, you get that coaxial cable. This is almost a 10-foot cable, very long cable to allow you to put your antenna in the spot in your home where it gets the best reception. You have the indicators of how strong your signal is. We have like a metal roof cave here in the studio, so we only have one right now, but this is 80 miles in every direction. If you live in a rural area, you might want to upgrade to a strong antenna like this. So you'll look for 1, 2, or 3 lights. Try and get the antenna in a spot in your home where you have all 3 lights to give you the strongest signal and the most free channels. It's very exciting to think about plugging this in, going to search channels on your TV and seeing, ta-da, a bunch of new channels. What channels are you going to get that you don't have right now? Maybe you don't have an antenna.
All right, I'm gonna do a couple updates. First of all, this is gonna be the last presentation of this item.
Yeah.
Because we have less than 1,000 left. So every single one of these is gonna sell out. Apparently everyone's loving the white. The white and the black, and there were 2 colors. Black is sold out. We have 1 more minute. We're gonna add another minute so every single person can order. This is an 80-mile radius antenna. Think about the cities in town. We're in St. Pete now. That's all of Tampa, all the way around. I mean, it's huge, almost to Orlando.
That's
from here.
wild.
80 miles
That's
from
a lot
here.
of
I mean,
stations.
these are big cities, and each one of those you could watch their local channels, Orlando's, and then Tampa's and Sarasota's local channels. This is exclusive to us here at HSN. Nobody else has this very, very attractive antenna that has that beautiful LED light show that is $6 on FlexPay and free shipping and handling. Your total is $29.99. We have sold 5,200, and I believe it's only been on air 2 times.
This is the second time.
It's
had one other
it's ever
airing.
been on air.
It's so important to know how extremely simple it is to set up. This weighs less than a pound. It has exactly 2 cords, one that plugs into the TV, one that plugs into the wall. Once you plug it in, all you do is search through your channels and see what new channels you get. There is no Wi-Fi, no app, no smartphone needed. There's a single button here for the light show on the back. So long press that button to turn the light show on and off, and give that button 1 or 2 presses to move through the different lights. Put your favorite sports team color on there or whatever you like. But the main thing to remember is that you are getting free TV with
Free
your
TV.
antenna, accessing all those free network TV channels that are out there for the taking.
ABC, CBS, NBC, PBS. I know my favorite nightly, Lester Holt had his very last show on Friday.
Wow.
He is going back to doing just some Dateline, talking about murder crime shows that we love. But I love, and that was free. I watched him every single night. When I was growing up, I watched Walter Cronkite. You know what I mean? Like, all of that is free. And you guys, I'm really excited that so many of you are grabbing this. I will let you know when it's sold out. Rocky, how many do we have left, did you say? About 400 with everybody ordering.
So fast. Well,
great
congrats.
job. Great
a little
job,
bit
my
of a
friend.
budget win.